Hi everybody, my name is Cade and I am transgender. I am female to male and I started doing hormone replacement therapy on June 24th of 2019 and today is August 25th. So yesterday was my 2 months on testosterone. I have done 9 injections. Tomorrow will be my 10th injection. And to be honest, it seems like I'm so shocked that it's already been 2 months. But at the same time, I feel like it's been way longer than 2 months that I've been on testosterone. I don't know, I feel like I might just be more like at ease in like that my transition is like beginning. So doing my shots has gotten way easier. I did a video about that I think a couple weeks ago. At first it was taking me so long and almost like an hour to do my shot. I would just sit there with the needle just hovering over my leg waiting to try and inject myself. But now I've kind of figured out a way to do it and I just kind of do it and it only takes like 5 minutes now. My doctor had upped my dosage a couple weeks ago, so I've done I think 2, maybe 3 doses. I think tomorrow will be my 3rd dose of this new dose, which is 0.25 milliliters instead of 0.2 milliliters, which is what I had started on. And that is based on like your body size, and it's a low dose in general. So I'm gonna have to do blood work in the next like week or 2 here, so my doctor can compare my hormone levels now that I'm on testosterone compared to before, and to see if my like testosterone levels are within a like average or acceptable male range, because you don't want them to be too low and you don't want them to be too high. But yeah, so the 2 months, I mean, I was getting pretty psyched for it leading up to it. Like I couldn't believe it was already coming, and it almost felt like kind of like a birthday for some reason, which I probably better than a birthday because I don't really like birthdays in general, but it was cool and it was nice to like be excited. Yesterday morning, one of my friends, he's boyfriend, so he had messaged me on Instagram in January and we just like kept talking and have become pretty good friends, and are a lot alike in a lot of ways. But he had asked me, like, I woke up and yesterday he says, did you get anything in the mail? So I went, checked the mail, and I don't think it was intentionally for my 2 months, but he had sent me a DOP kit to put all my testosterone injection stuff in with my initials on it, and that was pretty cool and like really exciting. I don't know, it did feel like a birthday, and I don't really get like excited for like anything. But that was really cool, and I just wanted to brag about that for a second. Alright, so now let's get into the physical changes that I've been seeing. I got a haircut this morning, so I'm trying not to touch it because then there will be just like tiny fucking hairs all over the place. I tried so hard to get them off of me. But my hairline's the same. My face is still pretty oily like it had started when I started doing testosterone. My eyebrows have kept getting, like, I keep getting new hairs like up here, and when I wake up in the morning they're not like laying flat, they're like all fucking crazy. So but like all above is getting more, and like the ends are just extending, and now there's hairs, they're really fine so you can't see them, but they're like all here and like connect up to my hairline. It's freaking weird. It's weird to try to like tame them because I never did my eyebrows as like a female, but now I'm having to do my eyebrows so I don't look like a crazy person. I'm getting a little bit more acne, like there's been like over here has been really popular and here, and then of course the star of the show for my 2 months is this fucking thing in the middle of my face. But I don't know if my face has really been changing a whole lot, but I feel like this still looks a little bit different. I don't know, I have to compare some photos or something. I had to shave my hairs on the corner of like my mustache area were dark and like just like this on the corners of my lips. So I had to shave those off, which was cool. But then, so I like shaved like all up here, and then it felt so weird. I've never had to like shave my face before, and it was so bizarre. Like when I would touch my lip, it felt like, the only way I can describe it is if when you go to the dentist and your face is like numb from them doing something and you touch it, how you're like that feels is how it felt to just touch my lip for like a week. Now they're kind of starting to grow back in. I can feel them, but they're not really noticeable yet. Over here and over here. And then the like fuzz that grows like all here is more obvious, but it's like just in the light, but it's still really fine, but it's getting a little longer. And then there's some like fuzz here that I can see more when I'm like in the mirror and stuff, but it's still blonde. Voice has definitely dropped a little bit more. I still get sore throats once in a while when it's trying to like figure its shit out, and it's kind of annoying just because it feels like I'm like always like getting sick. For my 1 month on testosterone update, the freaking star of the show was how oily my face was and like just new body hair, and this time it's definitely that I'm hot all the time. I'm so hot. And I used to never be like this. I was always cold. I would wear jackets. My body is getting hotter than it ever had before, regardless of the weather. And then like to go with that, I've been sweating a lot more. So that's the second star of the show. But I'd be walking to work and I'd barely get like, I don't know, 1 minute away from my apartment, and I'd be standing there waiting, and there'd be just sweat rolling down my arm. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, so my armpits get sweaty, and like the bottom, like the small of my back, like my lower back, gets sweaty, and I can tell. Like I go outside and it's just like sweat and sweat. Like my armpits are sweaty right now, and I've just been sitting here, and it's probably like 72 in my house. So you keep going down. My like breasts haven't really changed. They're still like just less full than when I was not on testosterone, and because of that I've been I tried taping them again instead of wearing a binder to compress and look like I have a flat chest, but binding is really, really hot and I get super sweaty, and then I feel like, I don't know if my body has changed a little, but my binder feels a lot more tight around my ribs and was kind of scaring me, so I wanted to stop wearing it if possible. But I've been using tape, and since my breasts are like not as full, it's a lot easier to like get them to be like flatter. Can tell a little bit at the bottom here, but for the most part, like you can't really tell a whole lot. But and that's been nice because I don't have to bind, so like you can't see straps. When you go on testosterone, your fat redistributes to a male pattern, so women usually carry their fat like in their legs and butt and hips, and men usually carry their fat more in their midsection, so a lot of times people like get the big old belly from starting testosterone. But I've been the same weight, give or take, and my stomach doesn't seem any different, but some of the fuzz on my stomach is a little bit more noticeable now than it was before. Moving down from there, so you get bottom growth, which I kind of touched on in my 1 month update, but it's like continued a little bit, but not a whole lot of growth, but definitely a little. I guess I don't know how to be like not overly graphic, but I don't know. And it sucks because like before starting testosterone, I knew that you would get bottom growth where your clit grows and like becomes enlarged and like longer, but there's no like imagery of it. Like you don't see that. They just tell you, oh, your clit grows, but like what the fuck does it look like? How does it, like, you know what I mean? And I never saw that. And then so it's weird. I don't know. And it's weird because I took a picture of, I've never before taken a picture of my crotch like that, out of all of the fun pictures that I have created and sent before. But yeah, so it's weird like having before and after photos, which I guess I need to take another one for 2 months of bottom growth. So enough of that. Also going with like the hair and sweat and hotness, I never like, I mean, my butt crack has hair and it always has, and it wasn't really like an issue before. It's just hot and sweaty and ass hair, and it's just not comfortable. So that had to go, which was interesting. But now we'll see if it continues to, like, if I get more, I guess, or like on my butt cheeks. This is like really weird. I didn't mean for this to happen. So along with just extra, like maybe too much information for some people, but I've definitely been hornier since starting testosterone, and I didn't really notice it starting until about like almost 1 month, and then there was like a big boost, and then now it's like, it's still more than before I was on testosterone, but not quite so crazy as the first like couple weeks I had noticed it. And it's kind of like a different kind of like horny, because it's not just like, oh, like I'm kind of horny. It's like, as soon as I realize, like as soon as I'm aware that I'm horny, it's game over. Like, unless it's dealt with, it will not go away, and then I just get angry, and that's not good. So it's just a different kind of feeling than I had before, I guess. But it's also common with the testosterone. But yeah, I think that's about it. Mentally, I feel like I've been doing good. I got in a little bit of a funk last weekend because we were visiting family and they kept using she pronouns, and after a while, like, I know people slip and it's okay, and I don't think that people have to be perfect, but it can get frustrating. So that was the only little like setback that I've like felt. But everything's been going good. I feel good. Just trying to keep some of this at bay, but overall, now I'm just staring at myself instead of the lens. Thank you guys for watching my video. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment if you want to say something. I'm always open to questions and stuff, and that's why I'm kind of doing this in general, other than so I can look back at it later on when I can't. It'll be cool to be like so far along that I'll watch videos like this and be like, oh my god, I was such a baby and I look so different, and that's going to be really cool. But thank you guys, and thanks for all the support and love and everything. So I'll catch you later.